So, hello everybody. We've got a border. It's like the West Bank up in here. Ooh. Okay. Hopefully the game will come on the screen now. Yes, yes, very nice, very nice. Beautiful. And then I can do this. Tilt that back a bit. Me. That AlphaTauri merge with the collar that ain't straight. Looking good. Though we're not dripping because this is facing the wrong way, but we're trying our best. Okay. I can't hear the game sound, so I'm going to tab out, tab in, see if that fixes it. Probably won't. It did fix it. Okay, cool. Hello everyone. Welcome to Coleslaw Cup. But I really need some new headphones, man, but I cannot. Like, I can get new ones, but I'm like, I refuse to until they fully break. Which is dumb, but I mean, we move. You think dumb is going to stop me, then think again. I'm yelling about Formula 1 cars at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't care about dumb. It's Johnny Golf 9. Right. Hello everybody. Lanzy's retired. LOLXD. How is everyone? If anyone wants to say hello at some point, there'll be WQ. Wow. Fried Cheeto. I don't know why I read that name as Fidel Castro and I just vaguely looked at it, but I did. Shriek Coleslaw for 2p1 with a 1 minute 15.4. Say was going to join me for commentary. Well, he was like, oh yo, I'll join. I was like, alright, bet. And then he joined and he was like, oh yeah, but I'm driving. I'm like, well then you're not joining the commentary. Come on. That would be too much chaos. Even for me. And I mean, that's saying something. Cynical with a 115.1 puts himself up in 2p1. I want to get my screen set up somewhere where I can glance at it more easily without looking completely down at the floor like a bozo. That'll do. Feliz Nazaro. It's Say. On wets. No? Yes. Okay, each their own. That being said, about wets, I believe this race is going to start wet and then transition to dry. I think that is the forecast for this race, if I remember correctly. Okay. Welcome to everybody joining. Hola. Wagwan and that. But I've got a headache. What the hell? It's Jover. Okay. Jeez. Okay, so a few of the top drivers are in the pits at the minute. Ryan Rods, though, is not in the pits. He has just set a 1 minute 14.527. Puts himself up on provisional pole, but that is a very, very provisional pole. If there are certain degrees of provisionality, we would be in a very provincial province right now, because there's still another 11 minutes, almost 12 minutes remaining, so a lot can happen in that time span. Like Cali-Rob going fast, that could happen in that time span. Ran out of ERS there, it looked like, as he comes up to the line. Doesn't improve, not sure if he's gone on straight back onto another one, I'm not sure. But Fried Cheeto, he may be pushing here. Wow, look at him go. Wow. Thought that might have been off the outside the track limits, but I think the front left just about hung on. Question, will I have the energy to play Football Manager after this? Answer, I hope so. I wanted to, but when we were rebuilding on NBA 2K instead. Gotta do what you gotta do. Here goes the Cheeto. The Fried Cheeto tried, but try as he might, the Fried Cheeto remained shite. P6. That's not so bad. Meow meow. Aston Martin friends. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, Aston Martin friends. Oh, sorry. Friends. Oh, sorry, you're odd. Anyway, Palmer's in the pits. Is he coming into the pits? Is he going out of the pits? He's going out of the pits. Dace, he's doing the same, I believe. No, never mind. I was incorrect on that one. I don't know where I got that from. Nothing on the screen suggested that that was the case, but we rolled with it anyway. There goes Gut Palmer. Talking about going, Sharir is certainly going towards turn 1. Smoothest transition you will ever hear. The Red Bull staying nicely out of the way. He uses the curbing on the right hand side on the entry to really open up that corner. If you guys have ever done any sort of commentary before, but I always feel like you're completely fine, and then you have the camera on, and suddenly, like, everything is like, oh, I've got an itch here, oh, I've got an itch there. It's rather frustrating. Anyhow. Wow. Anyhow, anywhom, that oversteer nearly made Sharir leave the room. Just staying within the white lines. We'll get a cheeky little slipstream, not much though. A little ups the line, stays tight to the right hand side, and stays right in P5. We have Cynical approaching turn 1 in P4 currently. The top 3 are all on outlaps. Should we get the timing up? The lab data. That's the fella, that's the badger. Keeps it within the lines, most importantly. Crosses the sector timing line, and he is just under 2 tenths per second up on his time, but that's not enough to challenge Got Palmer just yet. He needs to find a couple more tenths through the final few corners. Can he do it? Yes. Will he do it? Who knows? That is the thrill, I suppose. Thrill of watching this qualifying lap. Up to the line he goes, stays tight to the right hand side. Does improve, but does not improve his position, so he may not have improved in the first place. But that gives him a little bit more of a buffer to the cars behind. Dace beginning his lap. Ryan Rods is already a bit further ahead on his. We've got a few cars off in sector 1 as they make way to let the drivers on quick laps go by them without any more interference or distraction than is absolutely necessary. To Mineral Water, aka Aqua Minerale, goes Ryan Rods, and that looked pretty smooth. 8 1/1000ths of a second up on his time. Dace, though, over a tenth up on his. Dace right now, if the laps ended as they were, would inherit pole position, but can Ryan stretch out his advantage through the final sector? Up to the line he comes in the Haas. Across the line he goes. Does improve. Improves massively actually. And the pressure now is back on Dace. What can Dace do in the Alfa Romeo? Up to the line. Can he improve and take pole? Yes, he can. At least for the time being. He's taken it by 2/1000ths of a second. 2/100ths of a second, sorry. 2/1000ths of a second really would be close. Goodness me. Calirob is not on a hot lap. Felice Nazaro is not on a hot lap, I don't believe. If he's on a hot lap, then it's not very hot. But we do have time for these guys to make one more run, although I do appreciate, you've got to appreciate the hype. But it's not over just yet, but that is a real statement laid down there by Dace. I thought once Ryan Wood had improved there by those 0.4 of a second that Dace was going to struggle then to get near him, but Dace immediately jumps back in front. The fish flying, it would seem. Should have more than enough time to get into the pits and then get back out for another run. Shouldn't be under too much time pressure. I do hate that if there's a yellow flag anywhere on the track, you can't see how much time is remaining in the session. I mean, come on. What are we doing here? Felice Nazaro has retired from the session. I believe that is in the pits, however. I don't think there's any of my coffee left at all. Not a little drop. Aye. What the hell is Say doing? He's not set a lap yet. He messed about on wet tyres a bit before. It's about it. I really need new headset. I keep saying this every time we do this. This is the most scuffed setup on planet Earth. What do you guys think about the border, by the way? Look at the face cam. I sorted that out. Hey? Oh, I was dead proud of myself. Didn't ask anyone for help or anything. Mega. So, yeah, I've got a big box around my head now. Woohoo! Yeah, great stuff. What time are we on? Okay, cool. What date are we on? Okay, cool. Yeah, so final Coleslaw Cup race before Remembrance Day as well, so I threw a little poppy in there as well. It's great. It's like my own set. I can do whatever I want, customise this, throw things all over the place, do whatever. Great stuff, man, great stuff. Anyway, Ryan Rod's on his outlap. We just saw him then. Going rather slowly towards turn 1. He would be going rather slowly though, because this is his outlap. The Haas driver doesn't want to burn through his tyres just yet. Not when he can save them for the hot lap. And also, you don't really want to be starting your lap any sort of earlier than you need to, because you're not going to be able to get the best out of the track conditions. The track will get quicker as the session progresses, the track grip increasing, so at least I'd assume that that's modelled in the game. You'd hope so, wouldn't you? But you know, you can never be too sure with Cody's. Got Palmer is on an outlap as well. You'd hope Dace would be leaving the pits soon, because Coleslaw is. Cynical's already at turn 1. What is Dace doing? He is leaving the pits now, so he's going to be going on a really late lap. Should be good to see. Ryrod's getting out of the way there of oncoming traffic. That was the AlphaTauri of Say, who has actually put appropriate tyres on. Ryan leads quite the queue here as past goes that Williams, and that Mercedes might want to back off a little bit, otherwise he is going to find himself getting severely slowed down. But yeah, you don't have to wait very long for Ryan to disappear from you, and he is going to begin his lap now. So this is it. Watch the split in the top right hand of the screen as we go through this lap. We've got Edwin in chat supporting the GSR guys. Through sector 1 goes Ryan. He's really got to nail the chicane here in his battle for pole position. He's got a Williams ahead of him who will hopefully get out of the way. Across the line, Ryan goes, improves by just over a tenth of a second. I really don't think that Williams made much of an effort to stay out of the way. It wasn't Hightower, it was the other one. Oh, I know, it must have been Hightower, or it wasn't a Williams, I don't know. Regardless, it might have been an Alpine actually, I'm not sure. Anyway, hopefully it didn't compromise Ryan Rod's too much. Find out now as he crosses the line. Second sector still a tenth and a half up on his best time so far, though Dace is on his lap now. So we shall see rather soon. Dace crosses the timing line. He's 1/100th of a second up on his previous time, but that may not be enough with the rate of speed that Ryan Rod's is currently lapping at. Ryan Rod's coming up to the line. I fully expect him to take provisional pole, and he does by, what's that, like less than 0.2 of a second almost. Yeah, 183. There we go. Just put it in a decimal. Got Palmer though, says, get out of the window. You've been defenestrated, and I'm now on pole position, at least provisionally. That was embarrassing how long it took for me to figure out that the gap between 2 and 3 was that. Okay, never mind, we move. Always use the time as an excuse, can't I? Always got that in my back pocket. Say managed to jump all the way up to P4 on his only timed lap. But this is the big one. Dace comes to the line. Will he take pole? Will he take P2? Where will he end up? Wait, where's the kazoo? Oh, I don't know. It's too late to play the kazoo. Anyway, Dace is in P3. He could improve. And A-Dub is not improving either. He's backed off. So that is going to be confirmation. Got Palmer is on pole. P2 is Ryan Rods. P3 is Dace. P4 is Say. Then we've got Calibob in P5. Cynical in P6. Shreya Coleslaw P7 with A-Dub P8. Fireballer is in P9. Felice Navarro is in P10. Honestly, I've not used the soundboard now in so long. I don't know if I even know what the shortcut is for it anymore. Does it tell me if I go over it? I'm sorry, that's control. That can't be what I set it to. What's the keybind? Okay. Yeah, it's not going to work. I think maybe I joined the Discord channel after I launched the game, that's why it won't work. I don't want to hold S anyway because that triggers the push to talk, so we'll leave that for now. We'll figure that out some other time. I'm sorry guys, only so much I can do. Anyway, got Palmer's in P1, we've got Ryan Rod's in P2, Dace P3, just to reconfirm the results. Say in P4, P5, Calirob, and so on and so forth. You can see the whole finishing order there. Well, let's just make sure we get any possible incidents. 5 seconds left just to get the rest of this. Race director. And yeah, bueno. All sorted. Bang. Look at that weather. It's like the UK. Bloody hell, I feel like I'm at home. I mean, I'm at home really, but it's not the point. Aye. This is where we sit in awkward silence for a bit. I've got my can of Tropical Blast. It's pretty much empty. It's basically Lilt, but it's from Aldi, so it's cheaper but also better. I don't know about better, it's certainly cheaper. And almost better, I guess. What's in my book? This is my Bible. Huh, for a random page, it was my favourite. Interesting. What else is in here? Singapore sling. Gonna have to make one of them if we play. If we race it. Singapore. I mean, got to be done, hasn't it? Zombie. That would have been good for Halloween. Cuba Libre. What's a really easy one? Can you even class that as a cocktail? Like rum, coke, and lime. Who knows? Who bloody knows, mate? Oh, I got no idea. Yo, look, Americans. It's funny British money. Okay, this one's cool. Pound coin is cool. I had one where like the middle had been like the coin had been crushed and the middle like popped out and you could spin it round. That was cool. Anyway, I've successfully wasted time. Yeah. And on the formation that we go, and I think everybody's starting on intermediates. Let's just make sure of that fact here. No one wanted to be funny and go on the wets, which seems like a wise decision. We've got to wait for the queue, the snail, the slug, the snake to make its way around the track, slowly slithering at a Got Palmer's pace. Got Palmer's actually getting a bit of a move on now, moving quite fast for a formation lap, to be fair to him. Of course he gets to set the pace. Doesn't mean anybody's going to actually listen to him though, and I don't really think that really gets enforced. So. It's just this is never going to be comfortable, bro. God damn it. He's backing the pack up a little bit now though, at least he's trying to, it would seem. Buffering on my stream, that's not what we like to see. Okay, I think it's fixed itself anyway. Sure, Coleslaw cannot park a car, ladies and gentlemen. Just can't do it. He tried. But, don't know, maybe it's that old age, he just couldn't see the very clear white lines printed out on the grid there. Disappointing, really. Anyway, it's race time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and away we go. And hopefully we get a nice camera angle in a second. But we'll hop on board with Dace. He's gotten a great start there. Certainly got an off the line much better than Ryan Rods has. They're going to get close together. Dace has gotten himself up into P2. He might challenge though. For P1, he wants to go all the way around the outside of Got Palmer. They do make a little bit of contact there, but they're still going to be side by side, Dace and Got Palmer. Dace finally has to see that position. We've got a car off. That's Ryan Rods off. Ryan Rods off in sector 1. Off and into the gravel. Not what Edwin would want to be seeing. Shots fired? I don't remember. Probably. Safety car. Mini C is out of this race, and that's a little bit lucky for Ryan Rods, honestly, that there's a safety car there. It's going to help him catch up. It doesn't have much visible damage. Or any visible damage at all, for that matter. Though that doesn't necessarily mean that he is unscathed in reality. That's going to bring us closer to the dry period. So we'll have to see how that affects the strategies. We may see fewer laps, or we will see fewer laps on this intermediate tyre than we otherwise would have. Game over, yeah indeed, game over for SNM Mini C. I mean, summer is great, but it being cold enough to just have a freaking duvet on is just dope. I love this. It's cool enough to have the duvet on. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, we're not seeing people peeling into the pits, and you wouldn't expect to see people peeling into the pits. In fact, that'd be rather surprising if they did. But we'll watch Ryan Rods, because if he does damage, then he will be peeling into the pits, because he has no reason not to. And he does come in, as does Hightower ahead of him. And Hightower gets a 5-second time penalty, because of course he fucking does. Yeah, Ryan Rod's not even changing his wing or anything, but I mean, he's going to be last either way, so he may as well get one lap fresher tyres, and why not, mate, why not? That clock's a little bit unrealistic, isn't it? Because, I mean, you'd think the race would start at either 3 or 10 past 3, right? And so, on lap 2, a few more minutes should have ticked by now. Come on. Come on. What's going on? Anyway. Got Palmer is leading the race. Well, technically Bert Mylander is leading the race, but let's not get into semantics. P2 is Dace, and I'm sure we may see some more battling between the two of these drivers, because we did see it on lap 1. That was a pretty interesting first sector. Not sure exactly what happened to Ryan Rods, but he probably got a little bit of contact and dipped a tyre off the track, and au revoir. Hightower has dropped behind Ryan Rods. I'm not sure exactly how that's happened under safety car conditions, but okay. Now we've basically just got to sit here until the game decides we're allowed to race again, which isn't going to be this lap. It's probably going to be next lap. Say in P3 as well, though, he's looking rather interested in perhaps making a charge at these two ahead of him. Calleron behind them, Sharir behind them. The man who can't park is finding himself in P5, so we're still doing alright, to be fair. Fried Cheeto in P7 with Fireballer in P8 in the Aston Martin. P9 is Felice Nazaro, whoever the hell that is. A-Dub is P10. Frontline P11. Knuckles P12. GSR Caesar is in P13. Not going too well for the GSR lot today. Johnny Golf 9 is in P14. Lansley's in P15. Adaltonian is in P16. He's doing his own thing. He's chilling. Bing chilling. Ray Lobo is in P17. Ryan Rods is just behind him. And, Hightower, mate, fucking come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, if this safety car goes on for another lap, I don't think it will, and I really freaking hope it won't. Because that's an... if it does, then that's an absolute fucking piss take. You pardon my language. We will see. Come on, call it in late. Come on. You don't want to sit... Did he just slow back down at the fucking chicane then? Can we get instant replay on that? Well, we've got to sit through another lap of the safety car. At least the entire stream got to see why. See why that was the case. Hightower and Ryan Rods both left the pits, with Hightower just ahead of Ryan Rods. And by the time we get to the lap where the safety car should be coming in, Hightower is now magically behind Ryan Rods, and not just behind him, but 40 seconds behind him under safety car conditions. So I'll let you guys all be the judge of that. Safety car's coming in. Scott Palmer's going to lead us away. Dace is going to be eager behind him, with Say there as well. Kaliob and Sharia behind him, and Cynical as well. And we'll see from Dace's perspective when he goes, and he has gone. Dace, though, got decent reaction times there. He's going to use his ERS as well. He's going to have the slipstream here, Dace. He's got some distance between Say behind him as well. Up to the back of Got Palmer he goes, and to the inside. Can't quite send it down the inside there, though, and backs out a little bit, and that allows Got Palmer to scamper away through the technical section. Say, Kaliob, Sharia and Cynical all hold position behind as well. Fireballer, though, trying to make his way past Fried Cheeto, who then finds himself behind Felice Navarro. And Ryan Rods has made his way up past Adaltonian. You'd expect Ryan Rods to be flying up the field now. Got a McLaren off, that's front line. He is going to recover back to the track though, and there's no need for a safety car or virtual safety car in that instance. Dace is still close though behind Got Palmer. Not super close, but still close. Close enough that you can cause some trouble down this straight, I'd wager. Both drivers using their ERS. Got Palmer setting the fastest lap of the race so far, which I'm sure will be beaten pretty soon, and does look like the rain has stopped as well, so we're just waiting on the track to dry up before we start making our way over to dries. That's going to be another interesting point to look at as we get on through this race. A little bit of strange lag going on there. Front line picks up a 5-second time penalty, speeding into the pit lane. Surely he's going there to retire, at least I'd imagine so. Felice Navarro is off the track, so maybe it actually is Nicky that is there. I wasn't sure, but going off the track would be consistent with it being Nicky with a changed name. Ryan Rods makes his way past Lanzi, but Lanzi says no, but then Lanzi says yes, and they're still fighting. Up the hill they go towards the left-hander. They've got a car just in front of them as well, and oh, off goes Ryan Rods again. He re-enters, possibly dangerously, possibly not. Lets Felice Navarro go, and he's back all the way down to 15 once more. I think Ryan Rods might be playing Snakes and Ladders. He might be. I'm not 100% sure, but he keeps climbing up and then slipping on back down again. I mean, it makes sense. That's all I'll say. Another fastest lap of the race by Got Palmer as he continues to extend his advantage over Dace. It's check over indeed. Check over VAR, no penalty. Oh, Navarro's off on the grass. Cynical's into the pits. What tyre is he going on to? It's the medium tyre. That's interesting. It's also surely too early. Surely. Let's pop the lap data on. Let's watch Cynical's times. Ryman's ahead is all over the back of Johnny Golf, who he's probably already overtaken about 7 times this race so far. And down the inside he goes. Tidy move there by Ryman's. Granted, he can make it stick going up the hill, though you wouldn't think, oh my goodness me, have we seen an absolute masterstroke? Past he goes. Who was it? Who was it that went onto the bloody dries? It was Cynical. It was Cynical. DRS enabled, that's usually the sign that says the dries are the faster tyre now. Has Cynical just hoodwinked, bamboozled, and led the entire rest of the field astray? Got Palmer picks up a 5-second time penalty though. That's huge, and everybody is in. Sharia Coleslaw also picks one up as well, clearly finding it difficult to judge the braking point in these wet conditions. Fried Cheeto does the same. Ryan Rods does the same, because, you know, if only it couldn't get any worse. Not sure exactly where Cynical will come out. A little bit too far behind to really be challenging the leaders, I think, but he's going to gain quite a lot from this, I'd imagine. Palmer went to the hards, as did Dace. One second. And we're back. Okay. Dace under pressure for here from Say, who has fresh mediums on as opposed to the hards of Dace ahead, which does give him a grip advantage. In fact, let's go and pop the tyres on, because when I don't, people shout at me. Ray Lobo and Hightower both on intermediates in dry conditions. They should have probably pitted that last lap, but if it means double stacking with a teammate, then it can be difficult, because that is going to slow you down. And away! Banana slipping sound effect activate. Bye bye. Anyway, these three are close together. Goodness me. All of them deploying ERS as well. They all know that this is an opportunity to gain or lose positions, and Got Palmer's at a disadvantage because he does not have the DRS. And to the outside goes Dace, who doesn't have a 5-second time penalty, unlike Got Palmer, and Got Palmer is starting to look like a long shot for this race victory now with that penalty as well. Dace makes his way by and he's up into P1, and we've got a safety car. Guess who caused the safety car? Do you want to take bets? Do you want to take bets? I mean, I've got no idea who it could have possibly been. No idea who it could have possibly been. Fucking Jesus, bro. Ugh. Well, we've got to sit here like numpties again for a while. Dace and Say and Got Palmer are all having a jive. What on earth, man? Mate, come on. No, no, oh no, that just happened. There ain't no way. Say's loving life right now, bro. He's just sat there pissing himself, I'm sure. Laughing his ass off. Oh, Dace with a 5-second time penalty for God knows what. How would you end up in that scenario, bro? The safety car comes out and just drive normally. Just drive. Just chill. Drive to the Delta. Don't do anything dumb. Not only does he pick up the 5-second time penalty, but he also loses the position to Got Palmer as well. Well, I'm going to turn my camera off and take a break for a moment, because there's absolutely nothing going on. Okay. Alright, hopefully we see a slightly quicker resumption to the safety car, as we've got a different person in last place, JSR Caesar, who hopefully won't be so eager to take his time. Should be quite easily caught up before the conclusion of this lap, or before we even really reach the third sector, I'd imagine. He's only a corner behind now. Only just a third of the way through this race, and we've already had 2 safety cars. And yep, confirmation, safety car is in this lap. And just like last time, it will be Got Palmer leading us away on this safety car restart. Dace right up his gearbox, but reacts a little bit slowly. Still gets the jump on Say, and he should still be close enough here to attack into turn 1. At least it's a fair fight between the leaders now, as they both have 5-second time penalties, and we're going to see Dace get past Got Palmer here, and Got Palmer won't have a reply, but Say does not have a time penalty, neither does Caliber behind him, and both of them are on medium tyres. I'm assuming they'll stop again, and perhaps the hot tyre runners won't, but I'd imagine they probably will as well, to be honest. So, but who knows? I don't know. We'll see. But the ball is certainly in Say's court, as it were. Chris Navarro makes his way past Ray Lobo for P11. Say now right up the gearbox of Got Palmer with that tyre advantage. Landy makes his way past his teammate. Ramrod's making his way past Roy Lobo as well. Dace setting the fastest lap of the race so far. Not too much of a surprise when you consider the track is in considerably better condition than it was earlier on in this race. What they should have done is they should have put like one rain shower at the end of the race just to really mix that shit up. Hopefully you didn't hear the beeping there of my keyboard disconnecting, reconnecting, disconnecting and reconnecting again, because I knocked the cable. Fried Cheeto picks up a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings on track limits. That's not going to help him come to the conclusion of this race. We've got somebody chilling out in the pits. Sure, Coleslaw. Ripperoni, pepperoni, that's not what you want to say. Anyway, Say has fallen only slightly off, but not really, but just a tiny bit. Enough that I can tell him that he fell off, but no more than that. Navarro beats Johnny Golf for traction, gets that move done, and that's a bit of contact there with a Mercedes of Lanzi. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. That's 3 wide somehow. Oh my goodness me, what am I witnessing? Oh my goodness me. Oh my god. Anyway, let's go back up to the front. Oh, I thought that was Ryan spinning or something, then it's not. It's Ryan coming into the pits. Imagine, I mean, yeah, it's had a collision with Lanzi, goddamn. It's someone's getting domestically abused by someone in that relationship, it would seem. And look at these three, trying to keep us entertained. Say could actually look to make a move here, really. He does have the ERS advantage as well over the 2 cars ahead of him. Calirob just about holding on, but probably not come the end of this lap if he can't up his pace. Say using the DRS to stick with the top 2, though he does seem to have the pace to do that within his own right. To be perfectly honest. Fried Cheeto is in P6, A-Dub is in P7. I'm not sure which way around they were previous to turn 1, but that is the position they're in now, and that's all that matters really, I suppose. Yeah. It's all split into little groups, little clusters. It's like the Tour de France. Everybody's, you know, you've got the peloton and all that jazz. Calirob vibing over there. I wouldn't be surprised if one day Calirob was just vibing at the Tour de France. That's the sort of thing he'd do. Oh, I'm bored, I'm going to Tour de France. I'm Calirob. Seems legit. And Say is now even closer to the back of Got Palmer. Got Palmer though even closer to the back of Dace, but no move materialising there just yet. We are at the halfway point of this race as Lanzi makes his way into the top 10 and gets past Knuckles. Knuckles having to defend from Cynical, who's on fresh soft tyres, and whoa, that's not the track, buddy. Ray Lobo. Oh, Ray Bozo. Ray Bozo strikes again. No, Ray Bozo. How could you do this? Anyway, this is a great little clusterfuck over here, isn't it? Knuckles and Adaltonian and Lanzi, they're all getting in on it. Even Cynical's watching on, like, oh, I wish I could be involved in this. Well, now you are, mate. Just stick your nose in there down Aquaminarale and see what happens. Have a right laugh. Say's all over the back of Got Palmer, who's all over the back of Dace. Adaltonian is so all over the place that he's not even all over the track, he's all over the runoff. I mean, these guys need to take a chill pill. Let's ride on board with Say and see if he can make a move. We rode on board with Say and he cannot make a move. Dace moving a little bit around there. to make sure he was defending. Now, what's going on down the straight here? This is the thing with DRS, is it just everybody gets it and it cancels itself out. But not for cynical. He makes the move on Knuckles. Maybe I was being too cynical. Sorry, I apologise. Not for being too cynical, but for making that joke, or at least that attempt at a joke. I suppose it has to be funny to be a joke. Well, not really. Anyway. Yellow flags. Johnny Golf. Johnny Golf, mate. He's gone off into the rough there. Heh heh. Oh, goodness me. Hey, at least after round 9, after about lap 8 or 9, he didn't have to worry about the water hazard anymore. Apart from perhaps Aqua Minerale. Does that count? I hope he spins Aqua Minerale now, so I can say that. Not really. That sounds mean. Got Palmer and Dace are fighting anyway. They were. Got Palmer takes the lead with the DRS pass down at the straight. Caesar picks up a penalty because the race directors were bored. Even though it's not really them that dish out the penalties, but I mean they refer it, right? So anyway, there's Dace. He is all over the back of Got Palmer. This is a fair fight here for what is at the minute P3 because of the penalties. That'll drop them behind if it finishes as it is now. It'll drop the front two behind Say and Calirab, who does need to keep making an effort then to stay close because he is losing the coattails of the cars ahead. Actually, Say is as well, to be fair. Now he's out of the DRS. He needs to push like hell through the chicane, really nail the chicane and see if he can get back in the DRS. He doesn't, by the looks of things, nail the thing, so there we are. He's not going to have the DRS, but Dace certainly will. And Palmer won't have the DRS to defend with, and I think we'll see another pass for the lead materialising here, and I think Dace will be clean past before they even get to the braking zone for turn 1. What on earth is going on in sector 3? Look at that mini-map. Goodness gracious me, there's 6 of them. All that you could throw a blanket over, the lot of them. Dace actually not able to make the move, or not willing to, one of the two, who knows which one it is. Probably the former, but it could have been the latter. Who knows? Will any moves occur here? Probably not, because the DRS cancels itself out. But you never know. Hightower and Adaltonian. Hightower nearly Valtteri Bottas in it. Well, George Russell in it, I suppose, and dipping a tyre off. So I guess that was not precisely what happened. Anyway. I need to stop comparing things to things, because my comparisons are never accurate. Oh well, it's the effort that counts, right? You can't say I didn't make an effort because now I've got a box around my face cam. That's effort as far as I'm concerned. I put in the hard work, the graft. Anyhow. Dace, with the DRS now, has the opportunity to make his way back into first place. Say is close back in towards the DRS window though, but he didn't quite do it in time for the detection point. Say is cleanly passed. Dace is cleanly passed, sorry. Got Palmer. Say drops back out of the DRS again because of the straight line speed advantage that Dace just had down that straight, but if these guys fight each other, but not on the main straight, then perhaps that will end an opportunity to Say as Got Palmer picks up a 3-second time penalty because 5 seconds wasn't enough for him. Bloody greedy. That's all that is. Goodness me, I'm tired. Apologies. "12 laps remaining." Sail over the back. I've got Palmer, not really, he kind of was a little bit, but what is the most important thing is he is back within the DRS, which is going to help him stick with these guys, and that's all he really needs to do for the time being. I mean, he doesn't need to make the move. He does have a huge advantage in terms of penalties, assuming Dace's penalty doesn't get taken away, because God knows what strange, peculiar nonsense actually occurred there for that penalty to be issued. Let's sit back nice and comfy. Cynical could be making a move here on Fried Cheeto. Yes, he is. Knuckles making a move on A-Dub as well. And look at this, Felice Nazaro follows Cynical through and... Oh no, Fried Cheeto, buddy, come on mate, you're better than that. Oh, goodness me. Lewis Hamiltoned it over the bollards and then came back on track and hit the rear of the car ahead and spun himself around. Not what you want to be doing, really. Not ideal. Doesn't leave you with the optimal race time. 11 laps remaining, which will soon turn to 10, not counting the one that they'll be on. Say could look to make a move on. Got Palmer here, but again, the DRS cancelling itself out, and it's usually quite powerful as well, the DRS here in Imola. Okay. Again, Cynical just able to use the DRS to stay close to the car ahead, but not to really make any meaningful gains. Johnny Golf coming out of the pits a lap down now, but he's here for the fun. That was a mistake there by Palmer. That may have invited Say to have a go. Goodness me, they got close together there. It's not really the place to go and try to make an overtake, and Dace picks up a 3-second time penalty, so at least now he does have a penalty that will definitely stand, which is to say his liking, I would imagine. Say just has to keep himself close and not mess this up. Caddy Robert's fallen off, he couldn't deal with the pace. The only thing to worry about is going to be Say's tyres. What are they going to be feeling like around about now? Do they get to the end? Do you go for softs? I'm assuming so. I don't know. Who knows? People that are racing probably know actually, but I mean, I don't. If anyone's got any ideas, feel free to suggest. I mean, you know, I must object. Well, I might object. But, hopefully I don't, I guess. Caesar. He caused yellow flag just then. I think it was Caesar. If it wasn't, then I apologise. But yeah, it must have been Caesar because it was a Haas and Ryan Woods out of this race. The Mercedes and the Ferrari side by side, and we've also got Felice Nazaro and Cynical battling away earlier on, and now it's Felice Nazaro against Lanzi. A-Dub with a 1:17.088, and the fastest lap of this race so far. Shrek Coleslaw making his way past Fried Cheeto and Ray Lobo. Fried Cheeto into the pits, which means Adeltonian picks up a free position. But oof. 8 laps remaining. That Mercedes going very slowly, staying out of the way. It was Ray Lobo who just come out of the pits a lap down, so he's essentially out of this race. He certainly was out of the race for the lead a long time ago, but he's out of the race proper really because he's a lap down. But there's quite a few drivers that are a lap down. You can still have a good time. So what, 3 drivers that are a lap down now? Soon to be 4 if Fried Cheeto messes up somehow. Not too far ahead really. Two days off now though. Whoa. The sleep is going to be amazing. Cynical picked up a 5-second penalty. think I get to line as long as I want tomorrow, and then the day after that, get to do the exact same bloody thing, baby. Let's get it. Then I'm going to split on the next day as if it's like punish me for enjoying myself. Got Palmer though, using the DRS on David the Davis. David Davis. I'm going to turn my camera off because I nearly fell asleep then out of nowhere. And I don't want to fall asleep on camera because that would be rather embarrassing. David Davis is in P2. Oh, Nazzaro is in the pits. He's gone for a set of soft tyres. Cool, well I finished looking at him, so let's go back to these guys. They are lapping the Haas car of Caesar. Cynical's left the session. He said, I don't want to do this no more. I do apologise about just the weird black box that's now in the corner, but I'd have to turn the whole screen black if I was going to go and adjust that because I don't have 2 monitors, so that's just one of them. It's one of those things, unfortunately. Say makes his way past the lapped car, who also got a helping of DRS from that little situation. And there's 6 laps remaining now. Say just has to keep with these guys because they've both got penalties. Got Palmer P1, David Davis in P2, P3 is CAA. And Caliwab in P4 is now 9 seconds behind. 9 seconds behind. He just didn't quite have the pace to stick with the top group here today. But fortunately for Say, yeah, Say did. Here we go. 5 laps remaining, and the DRS still having its effect, but it's still just not quite enough for Dace to grab P1 away from Got Palmer into turn 1. Let's take a peek at the pens. Both 8 seconds between the top 2, so that is a straight fight between the 2 of them. Just unfortunately for them, it's not a fight for P1, it's a fight for P2, because Say has been an absolute angel, hasn't got himself a single penalty all race long, and he's set to reap the rewards of that responsible driving. Let's have a look at the position change. Who are our biggest winners and losers here today? Well, Ryan Rod's the biggest loser, the obvious reasons. Starting off so high up just to end up DNFing is not what you want to do. Lanzi, great drive by him. He's found himself up into P6. So you should Coleslaw down a few spots. That's what happens when you crash. And here goes Dace actually to the outside, makes his way past Palmer. Palmer won't have a reply. And Dace takes P1. Yeah, crash is a strong word. When you have an incident, it was just an incident in the race. It's just an incident in the race. Yellow flag, it's Johnny Golf, he's out in the sand bunker. And it's not going well. He's not got the rub of the green. God, I can go all day. Ugh. Got Palmer may look to launch a counter-attack down at this straight as he lost the position on the previous lap. And just as I'm saying that Lancey's done a good job, he goes and picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings on track limits. Doesn't look to me like Got Palmer is going to get close enough. Oh, he almost did, but thought better of it. Into turn 1, he didn't want that smoke. Say, having to push now to keep up with these guys. He really does want to keep in this DRS because those tyres could fall off big time at any moment, and you never know. You might lose 7 seconds in 3 laps. I mean, it seems unlikely. But it's not unlikely if you get a puncture, I suppose. But I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what the tyres are going to be looking at right now for those mediums. But they have gone an awfully long way. Awfully great distance to travel. On a set of medium boots. And they're 21 laps old. I don't know, maybe tyres are just built different now. Maybe that's it. Say just DRSing now with the lapped car, and front line is DNF'd. Up ahead, there he is, a stricken car. I believe we're just slightly too late in the race for there to be a safety car. Thank bloody raw. The number of safety cars this season already is being a bit cringe. Oh well. Next time around we will be going on to the penultimate lap of this race. So Say has started to drop. This is what I was saying about the tyres as well. Fortunately for him, this Haas car is an absolute godsend. Because he's getting the DRS. Safety is their top priority. Yeah, I suppose it is. Though if that were the case, Dace just wouldn't be allowed to race. I think Got Palmer may be waiting for the very last lap of the race to make that move, because he could have gone for it there and he didn't. He chose not to. These drivers put their lives on the line. They put their lives online. Not sure about putting their lives on the line. Unless it's Dace in the line to like Wendy's or something after the race. You know what he's like. Anyhow, these guys are going to get the DRS now. The plan of Got Palmer may have backfired here if that was a plan, but it hasn't because the Ferrari gets its way out of the way. Got Palmer does have the ERS advantage as well. This is where he has to make the move if he wants to make it. Say now 3.5 seconds behind. He is dropping quickly, but not quickly enough. The position will only be in threat if he picks up a 3-second time penalty. But I think Got Palmer has it here. The DRS, the ERS, some slipstream earlier on, and he's cleanly passed Dace. Does Dace have a reply? No, not for the time being. That was expertly measured there by Got Palmer to wait for the final lap of the race to make that move, to not allow your opponent the ability to come back at you and retake that position. Very wise racecraft there from Palmer. Rob sets a new fastest lap of the race that was previously held by Johnny Golf. This is where you see the drivers that aren't having a great race that pop themselves onto the soft and give themselves a reason to carry on. Got Palmer started to check out as well. 5.1 is the gap now. So yeah, I mean maybe two more laps, and Say could have found himself really in trouble here. But he's just going to be close enough to inherit P1 without any mistakes. So got Palmer crosses the line, takes the race win on the track. Dace takes P2 on the track, but here comes Say, and he's actually dropped off. He dropped off massively in the final sector. I'm not sure what happened there. To Say, he bottled it by 0.4 of a second. He's somehow not won this race. Dace drops down to P3. Haha. Even when Say messes up, he doesn't mess up as much as Dace does. Fireball now. He will be taking P4. Good result from him. I'm sure he'll be very happy with that. I'm sure Lanzi will be happy with P5 as well, but he's not going to get it. Haha. Callywell gets it. Decent result for Brooklyn Robert. Felice Nazaro crosses the line for P7. A-Dub just robs Knuckles of the place just before the line, but it's not going to matter anyway because A-Dub has a penalty. Knuckles P8. No, Knuckles P7. Sharia Coleslaw P8. A-Dub P9. Hightower P10. Dace. Okay, so no, it's not really because Dace is magically DNF'd after the session. So no, it's not Hightower P10. Take that L all the way to the bank. Anyhow, I think it's going to be good night from me. I asked to start nearer to the start of this race, do we think I'll be able to play some Football Manager after the race? I said I hope the answer was yes. I think it turns out the answer is most definitely no. Oh well. That's what we 2 days off are for. Yeah. Hope you guys all enjoyed that race. I'll see you guys next Sunday, I'm sure. We'll just take in the sights of the podium celebrations. The Red Bull team. And just fucking everywhere you look, it's just Red Bull winning something. It's boring, doesn't it? Oh, Red Bull won again. Oh, okay, mate. Yeah, but did you hear me? I mean, we won again. Yeah, did you? Bloody Adrian Newey. Grr. Anyhow, there is your final results. A P5 from P20 by Lanzi as well. Absolutely stupendous. Fantastic drive by him. Plus, not quite a win, is it, mate? Come on. Not sure if the end results there were too helpful. It might be a weird sort of screen grab, quick hit pause on the video and hope you get the right bit of standings there at the end. Never get full time to go through the results and the incidents and whatever else. Well, that's good night from me, guys. Because I'm hanging on here. But we'll see you all next week for another Coleslaw Cup race. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, a fantastic weekend coming up as well. And I'll see you guys next time. Haha, Dace didn't win or get P2, he came P3.